Hello everyone, my name is Christopher, and in this video we'll go over reasons why Overwatch 2 feels incredibly unfair, unrewarding, and miserable to play. The first and the most important aspect is obviously a human factor. The lack of interest can turn a champion into a punching bag. It's applicable to the sports, it's applicable to real life, and it's applicable to the game. Have you ever had games where you understand that you have no desire to play? Perhaps it's your 12th game in a row and you are on a big losing streak. You have zero motivation to win the game and legit don't care about what you play, how you play, who do you play against. And the worst part is that everyone knows. Enemies know that you don't care, you know that they know that you don't care, and they know that you know that they know that you don't care, and you lose the game because of that. Or what can happen even worse is that you get ultra carried by a group of people in your team that literally want to win the game. And that's even worse, trust me. Same things happen to your teammates, and there are far more factors that fundamentally dictate the flow of the game rather than just luck. Your sleep quality, overall physical and mental health state, how well you ate lately, how deep and warm are your emotional connections with people that you love. All of these factors will play a huge role in your and your teammates and your enemies' performances. Imagine a situation where you had a great time at school, college, or a job, whatever you are. You and your girlfriend had a great time together, you spoke with your dad, you said that you love him, and you are loading up Overwatch 2 to play a few ranked games and calm down, chill, because it was such an interesting and amazing day. You think you would care about smurfs, levers, noobs, idiots, incompetent developers, crybabies, toxicity, or hatred towards you? You really think that would even faze you a little? Your life is already awesome, and you are projecting that emotional state onto a game or any other activity because you know that this ranked game doesn't matter and it's not the end of the world, and there are gonna be other games, and perhaps within a year or two you will delete Overwatch and never even remember that you've played this game. Let's imagine the opposite situation where your life is miserable, you are scrolling TikToks for 5 hours a day, you are depressed, you are eating like ass, you are sleeping like ass, your relationships with your parents and girlfriend is terrible. Of course, you will be the average Overwatch player. What have you expected, man? And all these things you can control to an extent, with being attentive to yourself, loving yourself, and going for some long-term planning with knowing exactly what you need to do and how your life should look like in a few years. Now let's talk about the things that you can't control. I would rather lose like a main character rather than win like a dude that dies in a second episode of the show without any backstory and information. Let's go for that one more time. I would rather lose the game like a main character carrying it than win like a dude that dies in the second episode of the show without any backstory. This is the kind of mentality all around Overwatch 2 ranked, and I absolutely understand because it is literally the easiest way to rank up in the game, because when you are pulling the blanket, you will get the most sleep, your quality of sleep is gonna get better, but your teammates are gonna suffer because of that. You carry 4 idiots on your team with your magnificent mechanical skill and deep understanding of the game on a meta character that's a little bit overpowered because developers are obviously incompetent and they have no idea what they're doing. People would flame the fire of their big and fragile ego and hyper-concentrate all their attention at blaming everyone else but them, thinking that they are doing so much. But this guy and that guy are clearly bots on my team, on the enemy team. Do you recognize your teammates that are toxic towards you? Perhaps you recognize yourself and now your butt hurts a little bit. And you are doing that all the time without even noticing. The trick right there is to remember that there is always a bigger fish, and if you're stuck platinum, and thinking that you are doing everything right, your perception of what's right is terribly wrong. All it takes is one top 500 DPS player, if you're playing DPS, who would completely devour and decimate everyone at the same lobbies with same teammates. While at the same time, you are struggling really badly, thinking that you are cool. Just a moment of silence for all the toxic players that have very big egos. Doesn't matter how hard you row, if you are rowing in the wrong boat. Drop the ego, stop looking at everyone else and ask yourself, how can I improve my gameplay a bit more? How can I use my character's ability to the full potential? How can I fundamentally change something so my playstyle will help my team unleash their full potential? Of course, you're not thinking about that because you would rather die like a main character, or rather than survive like a dude that would die in the second episode. Because ultimately speaking, when you climb higher, whether it's game or life, it doesn't get easier. You think I'm gonna climb Grandmaster and it's gonna be sunshine, rainbows and unicorns. Well, in reality, you just become stronger, you become tougher, and now you can tackle problems that are so big that you would have literally broke in half like a few years ago, right? And if you want to rank up to the diamond, your mechanical skill, pattern recognition, and fundamental understanding of the game should be master's level or above. Otherwise, you don't deserve to be diamond. People would also force bad characters on certain maps, team compositions, and metas, because if Tracer was one of the best DPS characters in Season 5, with the release of Illari, Tracer is complete garbage. And if you had success in Season 5, OTPing Tracer, yeah, good luck doing that now. They are not performing quite well because they are either learning a character from zero and it has a really high skill floor. It means that if you want to have mediocre success on a character, you will need to suffer for a few good hundreds of hours and your team will lose a lot more with you than they would win. I'm talking about characters such as Echo, Tracer, Genji, Sojourn, Ball, Doomfist, Baptiste, Sombra, Widowmaker, Pharah, and many more. All these characters require immense willpower, patience, and God-given skills that only small percentage of human beings possess. And if you see a guy that's hard forcing them, he's really good and he is a smurf, or he's just gonna throw a game and the only thing that you can do is to lose like a main character or try to survive. Smurfing, off-rolling, and rank decay, as well as hidden ranks and profiles, also contribute to how bad it feels playing this game, especially ranked. I often see messages in looking for group Discord servers saying something like, I am Grandmaster on DPS looking for fun duo in silver. Like, bro. Dude's literally 70 hours in the game and 80+% win rate on a difficult character such as Tracer and Echo, completely stomping you in a ranked game. Very believable that this guy is just a prodigy and surely he's just a pro player in the other title and he came. No, bro has thousands of hours and he's just swagging on you noobs. Simple as that, and this is very bannable. I don't care. If you have less than 300 or even better 500 hours in the game, you possibly cannot get Grandmaster. It is just borderline impossible to do so. You have to be so gifted to do that. It's like 1 in 1,000, perhaps. Oh, it's actually crazy. Or there is another side of a medal where a dude is looking for players like a tier below so he can stomp noobs that are lower skill level than him, just like a lot of people in top 500s are doing. If you would look at the leaderboard, like the the most obvious kind of stuff that LH Cloudy was speaking about is Yizan, that's win trading, that's going for GM4 teammates, and they would get GM2, GM3 games, and he's just gonna stomp everyone. Of course he would, because not only he's playing like a pro player, but his duo is playing like a pro player on a GM4 account. And the difference between Grandmaster 1 and Grandmaster 3 is like a difference between a small village house and a skyscraper in Dubai, in terms of your skill level, understanding of the game, understanding of pattern recognition, reaction time, and overall like being accustomed to the fast pace of really, really good lobbies. Okay, it's actually crazy. And what else was there? Oh yeah, and this is exactly why you see Grandmaster Role Challenger badges in your Diamond games. And yeah, it hurts as well. My mechanical skill when I'm playing in a lobby like this is still there, but I'm just like infinitely so much better than all of them. Other thing is when you are going for an off role. For example, my tank is Masters 5 because I absolutely hate playing tank. But when I do play tank, like I'm a top 500 DPS player, but when I'm playing tank, my mechanical skill is there, my understanding of the game is there, my ability to lead the game is there, and they are on GM top 500 level. What chance do Master 5 player have against me? I have honestly no idea. Other thing is rank decay. If you haven't played for a season or two, you would expect yourself to drop a few ranks even if you are going 5-0 on your card, and these are all very like, ooh, look at me, I'm so poor, whining crybabies that are like, oh, I dropped down from Grandmaster to Masters 5 because I did not, or I went 5-0 and dropped. Of course you dropped. Bro, you are washed, you haven't played last season, and if you have multiple accounts, you should be banned for that. You have to play on one account. That's it. Period. They need to make that rule if you would want to have a better quality game. And what are you gonna do? You're gonna stomp everyone for 15 to 20 games until you go back to rank that you deserve, and the matchmaker finally says it's enough. Matchmaker also throws you in different lobbies. If you are Masters 3, you can get in the Master 1 lobby and you can get in Master 5 lobby. It feels like even lower, because sometimes people are boosted, sometimes people are like they got an insight and they are finally playing better than everyone else because of that. So it's all very unpredictable, and there is just nothing we can do about that. There is just nothing we can do about that. Overall, Overwatch 2 has just been a great game with terrible choices made by incompetent developers that would fix in-game shop within 20 minutes and neglect fundamental problems for years, and would also go from 6 versus 6 to 5 versus 5. And imagine you are like, oh, we're gonna cut something from you and we're gonna call you human too. No, bro, I'm just gonna be like an incapable human, not human too. This is exactly what Overwatch is right now. See you in the next time. Peace.